Hello and welcome to JoBeth Sexton's Crafty Cauldron. Today we have a little bit of craft with me going on. Just wanted to make a hopefully short video and show you this idea that I came up with while looking through a book about making books and journals. So what I have is a triangular fold out. It can be either inserted in a pocket, tucked into a journal, or glued onto a page, and it folds out. For example, let's try this one. It opens up. You can journal on the inside, and it is basically, it starts with a square. So there you are. We're going to go into this. It's probably not going to take too long. So, shall we get started? Okay. I thought so. Okay. Basically what you need, and this is what I'm starting with, is a 6x6, and all I did was I just trimmed down some 12x12 craft paper, and it's paper that I wouldn't normally use because it doesn't fit my, I don't like bright colors as much as muted colors and rust and browns and things like that. I like the grunge. So what you want to do is you want to start with a 6x6 or any other square piece of paper. If you don't have a square piece of paper, you can always fold it corner to corner, for example. Well, this is not a square piece of paper. However, if you fold it like this, you can cut this off, and voila, square. So there you are with that. I'm going to leave this right here just in case I want to use it. Okay, so we'll start with this square, and what you want to do is just fold it into a triangle. It doesn't need to be exactly straight, but it helps. So you just kind of want to line up those corners. I always do that. Line up my corners and then move my hand and the whole thing comes undone. Okay, so there we are. Nice crisp creases are a plus in this, so we want to use a bone folder and make a nice crease. Now what you do is you leave it folded in the triangle, and then you bring this up here. So basically all you've done is you have folded this in to the center fold. And again, I'm going to use my bone folder. Unfold that part and then fold the back end, the long end, up to the crease that you just made. So you got that crease. You want to kind of get it along that crease as much as you can. It'll help. And this design is not my design. I mean, I modified a design, but it's not, I can't claim it as mine. I'm sure other people have done it. So if it inspires you, go with it, run with it, take it and use it. Tag me on Instagram. My Instagram is on my channel banner. It's S_JoBeth_Sexton. So yeah, you know, tag me. Let me see what you're doing. It's great. We got to stick together, right? Learn from each other. So then you want to take, okay, so what we did there. Sorry, I got to talking. So for first fold, second fold, and then we have this fold. It comes in like this. So you want to do this. Nice crisp crease. Okay, so now you've got 4 sections. So now let's open the whole thing up. Open the whole thing up like this. Then you want to take this first fold and fold it inward. The second fold gets folded outward, and then the third fold gets folded inward again. And the other side you do the same way. So it goes inward, outward, inward. So basically you've got an ice cream cone. Well, this paper makes it really look like an ice cream cone because it's got this square design. But that's your basic, you know. Now you can glue this in by putting glue on the back. You can fold the top down to make it a more secure pocket. You can use it as a pocket. so that it's got two. So you've got this one, and then you've got this one. Now these nest, so which is really cool. So you could like stick one inside the other. You can put other things inside of there. In fact, if you want to, you could even take some punches, and what I've done is I've punched a bunch of hearts to make a flower. This is really cool too. You just need a little dot of glue, and you want to overlap a little bit. It doesn't even matter if it's even. I am using art glitter glue because it's got this wonderful tip on it. Whoops, there we go. I use 5 hearts. This is a 1-inch punch, so I'm using the 5 hearts. And it doesn't even matter, say you've got one that doesn't look quite right, just tuck it in there. Nobody's gonna know, because we're gonna go over the top with one more little detail. So you've got this little guy, you tuck that in there, you've got yourself a flower of sorts. Then you take, I have a little teeny tiny circle punch, and it's just like one of these, but it's small. So then you can put your art glitter glue in the middle of that little dot, put it down in the middle, and you've got yourself a flower. Now you can use this flower to, you can just like, you know, tuck it in there, make it this little flower vase. You can glue it to the flap. What I've done with one of mine is I have glued it to this side, and then I created a little notch on the other side. It's just a slit that I cut in there with a craft knife. So that tucks in there and it keeps it closed pretty well. Also, what other I have done is I have used the craft knife and cut slits in this, but you can also, and see I've got a little tiny tag stuck in there. So it's kind of useful. And you can use a little ribbon and to untie. But you can also use your hole punch, and I suggest if you're going to use the hole punch to use these little page reinforcers and stick a little page reinforcer on there, and then you can run your ribbon through there instead and tie it. Or you can add a piece of string with a bead on it, or you can add a button as a closure. In fact, that is a great idea too, you know. Just add a little button right there. If it's got a shank, you can cut the shank off, and you can glue it to one side and then tuck the other side underneath, just like we did here. Or you can use, get your 1-inch circle punch out, use that, punch out, and this is a punch out from a greeting card, so it's pretty heavy. So you can glue that to one side, and they all open up into this square. And then you can just use that as your closure. It doesn't have to be even. I mean, we're talking junk journal, right? So you are really, this is like, you've got so many possibilities. And if you make a smaller and a smaller one, you can always go, let's do this right here. Tuck that in, and this gets tied. And the slits work just fine. You just can't pull on them. I mean, it's paper. So there you go. So you can tuck this one in here, in the back one. Then you can put another one in the front one. And then you've got tons of extra decorative journaling space. You can ink them. You can use 2-sided paper, which would be really lovely. And then, you know, you can just go to town on these. So that is my idea for today. Just kind of wandering around through books and looking at ideas, and they are generating other ideas in my little brain. So we've got a little flower. That matches pretty nicely. I mean, it looks just like this one, except that I folded the top down. So there you are. And feel free to like the video. That always helps. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I have a Facebook page. If you look under this video, there's probably if I remember. There will be a link to my Facebook page for this channel, Crafty Cauldron, Crafts and Coloring, because I do coloring too. You can find me on Instagram, as I have mentioned, and I do have a website, which will, and an Etsy store, which the links will also be provided for you. So, thank you for watching. Peace, love, and remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Make it a crafty one. I will see you all soon in the next video. Bye-bye.